As a company these days, or as someone in advertising, there's a very powerful experience you can have by watching television on TiVo. You sit there, you watch a program that you've chosen, that you enjoy, and then you fast forward as fast as possible through all the advertising. And it's terrifying because you realize that you and everyone else doesn't like advertising. They don't want to watch it, and given a choice, they'll skip it. There's two ways of handling this. One is forms of product placement, to create advertising that is so deeply embedded in entertainment that it can't be ripped out. And that's sort of a sneaky way of doing things. The right way, I think, is to create advertising that's actually entertaining, that tells stories, and that people wouldn't skip if they were given the choice. Virtual worlds are amazing for this, but so are social networks. Create things of value as a company and people will love you. Try to slip one past them and they'll resent you forever. I founded Millions of Us as a company helping to define what we call the avatar age. This is the generation of the internet in which people not only log on to websites, but actually connect with each other through social networks and virtual worlds. And we believe that there's a need for a company, a new kind of agency, to help them to do that. The opportunity for brands is to sponsor these communities, to come into these spaces and build experiences around the emotions underlying their brands. And this is a very, very powerful turning point, because it changes the dynamic that exists between companies and their customers, from one in which companies advertise at their customers, and it represents a shifting point where companies sponsor activities, events, and pursuits that are near and dear to their customers. What we've attempted to do here is to not only define a medium, that is a way of telling stories and assembling communities in altogether new media, but in doing so to bring together the best and brightest in filmmaking, in social networking, in interactive development, and in game design all together under the same roof. And what we really select for is not only creativity and intelligence, but also very strongly for sense of humor. So what it means is we have a very eclectic and very exciting group of people doing amazing work. It's almost impossible to predict where Millions of Us will be a year from now. Definitely will be in more online environments, more virtual worlds, and more social networks, and we'll certainly have evolved ways of helping brands to connect with the communities there and tell compelling stories and help them to tell compelling stories. The space is moving at such a rapid clip that the specifics of how we'll do that are almost impossible to delineate, but the spirit of how we'll do it will remain the same.